Hey guys, it's Melissa with Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. So I asked again the universe for a message for you, what I should be talking about today. And the message that I got is be brave, be bold, stand up for your beliefs and do what's right. Be the best possible version of yourself. Don't back down. Do that which sets your soul on fire. The universe will bless you and guide you. You will be provided for. The main issue is trust. Trust is something that is so difficult for us as human beings, especially if we've had someone who broke our trust early on. Now, I don't know about you, but I had an older brother. I have an older brother, I should say, and I love him to death now. But when we were about, I think I was 7 maybe, and he's 4 years older than me. So he was about 11. He was in that age. I don't know if any of you have kids or work with kids, you know that 11 years old, that is a time of terror in boys. Like, they just love to test their limits and do all kinds of things I know that was an age for my son where I just was like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can take this anymore. He's testing every boundary. And even as a teenager, he still does. But, I feel like that was the age where it started. So anyway, I was 7, my brother was 11, and we were at my dad's house for the weekend. And my brother said, hey, fall back, I'll catch you. He wanted to do the whole trust fall thing. Now, to give you some background information, my brother was not always the nicest big brother. He only wanted one brother, and instead he got twin sisters, so I wasn't super happy about that to begin with. So that's just a background. I should not have trusted him, and I know that. And even at that age, at 7, I knew, and I said that to him. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do this. And he kept bothering me and pestering me. Come on, just trust me. He kept saying, trust me. And I said, okay, all right. I thought, well, if he's that adamant about it, maybe he's serious. So, all right. So I trusted him. I fall back. He steps out of the way, and I fell right into the wall and hit my head on the wall and got a huge knot in my head. And this is just a really obvious story about how my trust was broken then at a young age and how it's hard to earn trust back once it's broken. But I think it makes a point. Many of us, our trust has been broken with people from when we were little, like probably not even old enough to remember it. Because as babies, we have to rely on our parents and on older people around us to take care of us. And some of us didn't always get that care. And I'm not saying that parents or people around us do that on purpose, but when you know better, you do better. And sometimes back then, even the advice people got on taking care of kids wasn't the greatest. For example, my mom said, we didn't have car seats, we just laid you in the back seat, and then sometimes when we stopped the car, you just rolled into the floor. And I was horrified by that, but that's just how it was back then, or we held you on our lap. We didn't have a car seat, and when my kids were born, it was like that 4 nurses went out to check to make sure our car seat was buckled in properly, and it was very, very strict. And so when we know better, we do better. But trust can be broken at a very young age, and it usually is. And it's usually from our childhood that we are learning to get over that. But it's so ingrained in us. It takes so much for us to learn how to trust someone. And if they've broken that trust once, it's like, how do you forgive that person and how do you trust again? And this is a major thing because it's asking you to trust in the universe. We're being asked to trust in something we can't see for most of us. Maybe if you are one of those people who is psychic and you can see things, then you can see it. But for most of us, you can't see what's really there. You can't see that they're there doing things for you, on your behalf, behind the scenes, that they've got your back. They're working for you on your behalf. And you can't see that always. Sometimes we get signs. Sometimes they're trying to send us signs, but we don't even always see those. So it's learning how to trust in a process that we don't quite understand all the time. I'll be the first to tell you that I don't always understand how things work, but I'm trying and learning how to trust in a process that I can't see. I can't physically see it with my eyes, but I know it's happening. I know that there's a whole team of people, angels, guides, ascended masters on my behalf, on the other side, working things out, like arranging it so that I'm at certain places at certain times, so I bump into certain people who can help me in what I'm trying to do. Like all those coincidences that you think you have aren't coincidences. The universe is bringing you together with people who can help you on your path. And we just have to learn to trust the process. And that's really difficult sometimes, especially if you have trust issues anyway. And I feel like many people who are empaths have grown up in an environment, in a situation, or we've had a life experience that causes us to not trust as easily. And so how do you trust then if you're having issues trusting? And one of the things that you need to do is to learn how to let go of fear and let go of control. Those are the two things that will keep you stuck where you are and keep you from living your best life possible. If you're afraid of moving forward, you're not going to move forward. If you're afraid of letting go of control and you're always praying, it has to come out this way, this is how I want it, God, you're not going to get what you want. Here's the thing. I used to pray all of the time, that I wanted this particular individual. This is when I was younger. And then somebody said to me one day, like, well, all right, so if you only want this way, and it can only happen this way, like, you're really limiting the universe. Like, they can't always bring you exactly what you want because there are other people involved. There's free will involved. That's not necessarily fair to the other person. So praying for it that way is not the right way. So you have to be really open-minded about how you ask for things. Maybe you know what it is you want. Maybe you know you want to be independent and you want to work for yourself. So then maybe asking, okay, this is what I want. How it comes to me is fine. However you choose to put that in my lap, to put me on that path, then I'm letting go of control and I'm saying that's fine, but this is what I would like. Keeping it more flexible, because when we put limits on the universe and we say it has to show up this way, we're kind of setting ourselves back. Like, it's going to take a lot more time and it may not even be able to work out the way that you're thinking. Or maybe you're not thinking big enough, or maybe the universe has something much, much better that you'd be much happier with. So letting go of that control, letting go of the fear too. Because if you feel like you're getting signs from the universe that's saying you need to be moving in this direction, you need to listen to that. I mean, you'll get those nudges and you'll feel like, I need to do this. And you might hear whatever it is over and over again, either in a song or on a commercial, or you'll just see it on a sign and you'll know that's your sign to move. Like, that's the universe telling you, hey, you need to do this. I got that whenever I was talking about writing my book. I kept getting little winks from the universe saying, okay, you should be writing. And until I just couldn't ignore it anymore, I'm like, yeah, I know this is what I need to do. So I think the biggest obstacle for most people is fear, because we don't know what's going to happen if we decide to take that leap, if we decide to take that step. We don't know what's on the other side. We don't know what's waiting for us. We don't know that if we fall back, somebody's not going to catch us. But I'm telling you that the universe is not like my older brother. If the universe is asking you to take a leap, it's going to be there to have your back and catch you. It's not going to let you fall into the wall. I promise you. And the card I chose to pick another card for you today to go along with this message. Again, you cannot make this stuff up. This is actually from The Universe Has Your Back, the deck by Gabrielle Bernstein, and it says, I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. So in your life, you may have chosen fear because it was the safe option. It was the thing that ensured that you were not going to get hurt. But I'm telling you now that fear is keeping you stuck. You're not going to do anything fabulous in your life if you're afraid of it. So what you have to decide today is that you're going to choose love again, and you're going to let go of those fears. You're not going to let fear keep you paralyzed and stuck where you are anymore. You're going to be brave, be bold, stand up for your beliefs, do what's right, and be the best possible version of yourself. Don't back down and do that which sets your soul on fire, because the universe will bless you and guide you, and you will be provided for. All they're asking is for you to trust. If you need help in doing all of that, please check out my program, A Purposeful Pilgrimage, because one of the things that I teach you how to do is to let go of fear, to get rid of fear. If you would have told me a year ago that I would have a podcast, I would have laughed at you. I would have laughed so hard. I've been like, nobody's going to listen to me. What do I have to even say? And here I am. And I have people messaging me, thanking me for doing the podcast. So don't let fear stand in your way. Do that which sets your soul on fire. And if you don't know what that is, if you don't know what your purpose is or why you're here, if it's all confusing to you, join my program, or you can even contact me for a Reiki session, because that's something we can do in Reiki. We can look at what your life's purpose should be. When I say that I'm a Reiki master, I am, but I'm also so much more than that. I can use my intuitive abilities to tap into what's going on with you, to what it is you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be headed. Many of my Reiki sessions end up being like counseling sessions too, because people want to talk to me about what they should be doing in life, what advice we have. So if that's something you're interested in, please contact me. We can do that as well. You can check out my website. You can check out my Facebook page, Instagram. You can message me in any of those places, or even my email. My email is on my website. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to help you get you started on your path to living the best life possible. What is it that sets your soul on fire? We can figure that out. Thank you so much for listening. If you like my podcast, please share it with others. Please leave me stars and feedback. I love listening to all of the feedback that I get. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I will talk to you again soon. Have a wonderful weekend. Remember, start thinking about setting your intentions for the new year, because it's really important to set off those intentions and set out to build that new year and start it off right. Love you guys, sending you love and light, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.